What up, guys? Prince Sports here. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. All right, check this out, man. Y'all know a lot of criticism is going towards LeBron's way because they lost the first game of the playoffs. Now, game 2 is tomorrow. Lakers can't go down 0-2 against the Trailblazers. They're gonna have to. They got to get that win, right? But let's talk about LeBron James himself. LeBron James needs to channel his inner Michael Jordan, okay? If he has that. What I mean by that is he got to do what I keep saying he needs to do. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying this. The same thing he needs to do to beat the Clippers is the same thing he needs to do to beat a lot of these teams in the West now, because you got to put your foot on some of these guys' neck. You got to score, okay? You're the $1 million man. You're the max contract guy. You got to close games out, and you got to score. Rebounding is great. Passing is great. But at the end of the day, basketball comes down to two main components. Defense, offense, offense to defense, vice versa. If you can't do those two things, I don't care how much you pass the ball, I don't care how much you rebound, you're not going to win, okay? Forget the triple-double. Forget the assist. LeBron, when the time comes, if your Lakers are in lead, or you have a lead, let's say a 6-point lead like you had in game 1, that was your cue to take the game over, okay? You don't look to pass at that point no more. You look to score, okay? You got the body and the size. Go to the basket, and the way guys get called for fouls these days, if you go to the basket, I'm pretty sure you're going to get sent to the free throw line, all right? You just got to ice down your free throws, and you got to attack the basket. I don't care if you get blocked. 9 out of 10 times you're going to get the call. You have to be aggressive on the scoring end. Period. That's the only way you're going to win the championship this year, if you find your inner Michael Jordan. One of the things that make Michael so great was he know when and where to close out the game. All right? Even when times when Phil Jackson was like, Mike, who's open? Mike was like, oh, John Paxson is open. Pass the ball, Mike. Then Mike would pass the ball, right? But then there was times when, okay, my teammates ain't showing up. Even if they help me to a certain degree, I have to do the rest, okay? LeBron, your teammates did help you get a 6-point lead. You had Kyle Kuzma, who played 5 for 14. He played like crap. But he had some moments. He did put you in position to help win the game. And that was your time to say, okay, some of these role players, even though they stunk up the joint, they helped get me in position to win this game. I have to close it out. I have to be the guy to do that. So if that's the case, you got to do better, okay? Now, one guy I don't want to take off the blame, because you guys seem to always give him a pass, is Anthony Davis. You guys seem to forget the fact that it wasn't too long ago when a lot of people was capping for Anthony Davis, saying Anthony Davis was the best player on the team, right? He was the alpha on the team, okay? If Anthony Davis is the alpha on the team, you got to show up in moments too, okay? You're not going to get free spoke. You're going to have to get some of this criticism too, okay? That's just the way it goes. So, with that being said, Anthony Davis needs to step his game up too. But out of LeBron and Anthony Davis, one of those guys have to be the alpha / closer. You can't have two guys that's superstars on your team not willing to be the closer. See, this is what made Dwayne Wade and LeBron duo a little more special, because if LeBron wasn't willing to be the closer, I'm pretty sure Wade was always willing to step up to that title or that position. Same thing with Kyrie Irving and LeBron, okay? LeBron put Kyrie Irving in position for Kyrie Irving to do what he does best, score and close. Because Kyrie Irving is no stranger to trying to score. But Anthony Davis is another guy like LeBron that he's not always looking to score. He doesn't have an attitude like, hey, give me the ball and get out of my way. They got to be somebody on that team that does that. So you can't have two so-called alphas on your team and both of them are willing to be like all-around players. AD and LeBron remind me too much of each other. They'll fill the stat sheet up, but when the time comes for somebody to step up to the plate to be an alpha, to be the closer, the number one guy, I like calling it the number one. So when it's times for somebody to be the number one of those guys got to pick. You know what I mean? They're the first year playing together, so one of those guys have to say, hey, playoff time, closing time, if the game's close, I got to be the dude to do that. You can't suspect every game to go about with you win by blowout fashion, especially in the playoffs. Every game is not going to come down to blowouts because you're playing a good team every night. You got to make the adjustments to know how to close games. And LeBron's in year 17. You should know this already. Okay, you're a veteran. You won championships. You won MVPs. You hit game winners in the playoffs. You're no stranger to this, okay? This is not something you haven't done before. So this is why I'm putting that extra pressure on LeBron more than AD, because LeBron, you've been there. You've been there, done that. Okay, you failed in a lot of situations, but you also succeeded in a lot of situations. So that's why LeBron James needs to be the scorer. You got to be that guy that put the foot on your opponent's neck. You have to match Glock for Glock, shot for shot. Okay, when Damian Lillard hit that three, you came back and hit that three, then that was, oh, okay, what you got for me? Can you top this moment? That'd have been a moment that Mike would have liked. Michael Jordan would have been, okay, it's my time. It's not Dame time. It's MJ time. So you got to prove to the people that, hey, it's time for me to close these games out. A 6-point lead, what, in 4 minutes to go in the fourth? You had 6 points. You should be able to close that game out. You should be able to close that game out. But instead, you're coming a little too reliable on role players that don't get paid the same amount of money as you do, LeBron. And they were cold. Put the ball in your hands. Put the game in your hands. Take the game over. Be great. Be legendary. That's what we want to see. Prince Sports out. Keep it 3000.